Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Cellercise program where we say, why work out when you can play in for a reason? We welcome you. Thank you for sharing the Cellerciser. I've got instructions from Dalium, who's in the background, who does our posting for us. She says, well, first of all, if you believe in the product and you believe in our company, you believe in what we're working to accomplish, and you feel good about it, if you could go on our Facebook Live and just put in some comments or thoughts. From time to time we have those who might disparage us. Some of it may be our competition. But if you could go in and just put how you feel about us, about the Cellerciser, evidently it makes a difference. And we do appreciate any support you can give us. So thank you for that. All right, so tonight we're going to go through some really good customer reviews. We're going to go through some questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down. Justice is right here in the background. He can feed those questions to us. And then we're going to do a demonstration. We're going to do the shoulder routine on the Mr. Rebounder app. But I want to talk a little bit about shoulders and about some experiences that I've had with some of our customers, myself included, and to let you know that shoulders, we often take them for granted, and until there's a problem. And then when there's a problem, often we don't know how to address the problem. I'm going to show you some techniques that I've shared with physical therapists, with sports, with trainers, athletic trainers, that have been very, 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 very helpful for people that have had shoulder issues. And it's natural. It's natural. So, and even if you've had shoulder surgery, helping to increase the flexibility, ligaments, and tendons of your shoulders are very important. And for those of you who are younger, I was there once. And I know what I saw people going through as I was growing up that had shoulder issues. And I am so grateful for what this has done for me. So I'm going to share it for you who are younger, don't have shoulder issues, you don't want shoulder issues, but we don't want to take the shoulders for granted. And for those who have shoulder issues, and I've been there, I'm going to share with you some techniques. I don't know, I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever experienced. And I at one time had been going for shoulder therapy, and it wasn't working until I came up with some of these programs. And so we'll talk about those in a few moments. Okay, testimonial from Catherine. She writes, hello, Dave. Absolutely can't do without the rebounding daily. Warm up 15 minutes, then straight to weight training. The 1 minute rebounding between each set, then I go on to a Latin dance class, finish with a baby bounce to finish. I can't live without my daily bouncing. Truly the best exercise on the planet. It gives me joy, happiness, and keeps all my joints super flexible. After a tough dance class, I simply do a baby bounce to recover. It's fantastic. Thank you, Dave, for your great videos. Catherine, you're kind, and thank you so much. And I hope these videos have been helping. But there was another review that I had that dealt a lot with joint issues, and it was really touching. So I'm looking for it. Ah, there it is. Okay. This is from Roger and Cindy. Okay. My daughter-in-law, 43 years old, has child rheumatoid arthritis. She has been bouncing for 4 months, 16 to 20 minutes. She is regaining flexibility in her limbs, hands, arms, and feet. Her hands are in a completely curved position to the inside of her hands. But thanks for the use of Cellercise over the last 4 months, for the first time in their marriage, since they were married when they were 18 to 20, my son and daughter-in-law can hold hands. She can also tie her own shoes, and she has gained about 2.5 inches in height because she's able to reach and because she is more flexible and upright. This should be a huge encouragement to people who already have arthritis, that just by using this Cellerciser, they can change their body to gain more flexibility and movement and energy. Thank you, Dave. And Roger, Cindy, thank you. I mean, I read that and I got choked up earlier, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to help people reach their greater fitness potential. And this is the reason we do it. So again, thank you very, very much. Okay, Sandra writes, just received my Cellerciser. I've had a B can for several years. First thing I noticed was there's more give with Cellerciser. I think we talked about that one last week. And thank you. Okay. I love my rebounder. I've been using it for 235 days and it has transformed my health and body. I must do it even if it's for 11 minutes. And thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, and here's a few on the internet. Thanks for all your commitment and hard work. Well, you're welcome. You have educated so many people on the benefits of rebounding. Glad to see lots of individuals getting good results. I've been rebounding for the last few years. I just finally got a Cellerciser for the first time a week ago! Exclamation points. Thank you. And darn, Dave, you're one of those people that gets better with age. Thank you. Oh, that's sweet. And then 5 hearts. Yes, I Cellercise daily and I love it. And exclamation points all capitalized, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Joanna writes, happy anniversary to you and yours. Love my Cellerciser. Thank you for helping us. Kathy writes, being 82 years old and having my Cellerciser for 5 years, every time I get on the Cellerciser, I thoroughly enjoy it. I feel like it is a friend. I got it because I had a high intention for the perfect indoor exercise. There are endless inventions for movement on the Cellerciser. And thank you, Kathy, 82 years young. Appreciate that. DeCane writes, thank you, Dave, and your entire team. All right, Justice, and Davium, and there's so many more. What an awesome piece of equipment. I just received mine yesterday and I'm already in love. I researched everything to death, and that is how I found the Cellerciser, and I'm so happy I decided to get it. After being on it for just a few minutes at a time at this point, I am amazed at how you are able to put in a workout on the Cellerciser like you do. Amazing. Keep up the great work. DeCane, thank you. People often, they think 10 minutes a day, you know, it's not the time, again, we talked about, it's the intensity. We can challenge every single muscle, every single cell in your entire body over 100 times a minute. And when you think of that, that's pretty intense. If I took and increased 30% more weight to your bicep, my bicep, if I did 100 arm curls a minute, and I did it for 10 solid minutes, of course you'd feel that. But on the Cellerciser, you're not lifting that weight away from gravity, you're increasing the weight of gravity. A cell doesn't care where the increase of weight comes from. But that increase of weight is no longer just on this muscle. It's on every muscle, all at the same time, but everything else too. Ligaments, tendons, skin, collagen, protein fibers throughout the entire body. Again, the movement up and down back flushes valves, opens up capillaries, increases oxygen blood flow through the body, challenges equilibrium and balance, and activates the lymphatic system more effectively. The gentle movements that we teach on the Cellerciser can address knee problems, hip problems, back problems, shoulder problems, digestion, elimination issues, as well as a myriad of other goals and objectives. So thank you. It's important we get the message out to the public. We have been. It has made a difference. Cindy writes, thank you so much for the above link. I was trying to figure out where in the back of the neck you were placing your fingers. My whole family has been blessed by you. Daughter with severe stomach issues regained her strength just by doing the health bounce every day, even with holding her stomach. sister-in-law was a gym bodybuilder, heavy weights for 2 hours, 4 times a week. Doctor told her too much. She was losing her bone density. Wow. Rebounding, doing your routines, only using light weights 2 times a week, but every day rebounding within 3 months, highly improved her bone density and has more strength and is toned. That's huge, guys. That is huge. Daughter-in-law with arthritis, you know. Husband getting strength and building muscle and stopping the kidney stones from developing. Good point. That gentle twisting motion, moving up and down. Liver, kidney, spleen, gallbladder, pancreas, adrenals. 72-year-old brother-in-law was able to hike to the trails on the trails with his bodybuilder wife for the first time. Son-in-law has a sit-down job. His wife is now having him jump with her to gain leg strength and help with sciatic nerve issues. There you go. Thank you for all your time, sweat, love, and God's blessing that you have put into the Cellerciser. Your customer service is beyond belief when a person needs help. Bless you, Cindy. Bless you, Cindy, for sharing and making a difference, and everybody else who had a chance to hear that. I appreciate that. Cheryl writes, this is so exciting. Just shy of 3 weeks on my Cellerciser. My balance has improved tremendously. And of course, that's what we challenge, proprioceptors, vestibular balance. I no longer need to use protection in case of leakage. Bladder control, sphincter muscle. It's a muscle. How do you build it up? You weight bearing, you strengthen it. Over time, that can improve as well. Okay. Thank you for those incredible reviews, wonderful testimonials. If you have a chance again, on behalf of Dalium and the rest of the Cellerciser team, if you can go to our website, our Facebook website, and just share some comments. She said that would be helpful, so thank you again. Question, Aileen writes, is there a reason to breathe out your mouth versus your nose? Is there a science behind it? Just the empirical evidence that we've accumulated over the years while we've been doing it. I did this for me personally to help clear out the bronchial tubes in the lungs. And what she's talking about, there's a lot of people that talk about nose breathing, and I'm not taking anything away from that. What I'm saying is that this is an exercise for the lungs. Like if you're swimming, you are not breathing if you're doing a butterfly. You're not breathing in through your nose. You're breathing in through your mouth and then breathing out. And you're filling up the lungs. And that's what we want to do. The pumping action of breathing in and out and opening up the larynx and getting that oxygen to the other 1/3 of the lung, that's what we're doing. We're exercising the lungs. It's not a meditation. It's not just simple breathing through the nose. This is a literal exercise. Yes, Justice.
Frederick says, question for Dave. During your journey with the Cellerciser, in the beginning, did you ever do any detox kits, as in kidney, liver, and or colon detoxes, flushes? Or did the Cellerciser optimize all of these organs where disease is going away on its own?
That's a great question. Wanting to know if you supplement in your diet, and we're going to come back to that power breathing in a moment. But when we supplement our diet with aids, whether it's for kidneys or gallstones or digestion, elimination or detox, those are all great. Did I do that? No. Would it have be better if I did? Probably. When you look at, this is kind of how I explained it. You have a washing machine, you've got all your dirty clothes, and you throw them into the washing machine, you turn on the water, but you forget to put in the digestive aid or the detergent. And you turn on the water, but the agitator doesn't work. Your clothes are gonna get wet. That's it. That's most people, I think, just kind of walking around all day long, day after day. When you take your dirty clothes, throw them into the washing machine, and you throw in the digestive aid, you throw in the detergent, you turn on the water, but you forget to turn on the agitator, or the agitator doesn't work. Well, that's typical digestive aids. And nothing wrong with it. You might get some benefit from it. But when you throw in those dirty clothes, you throw in the soap, you turn on the water, and then you turn on the agitator. Now you're Cellercising. And that movement, that's going to definitely get the clothes cleaner. So, yeah, I think if you have a decent detox program and you Cellercise, it just enhances the ability of that product to be more effective. So, all right. And beyond that, yeah, drink lots of water and Cellercise, and you can help that improve as well. Okay, so the power breathing is done by, and I've been on the phone, so breathing in and out as an exercise for the bronchial tubes and the lungs. And it sounds like this. It goes, when you're done, often it will change your voice quality, but it gets oxygen to that other 1/3 of the lung that you generally don't get enough oxygen to on a day-to-day basis. So that can be very helpful. Anything else, Justice? All right. Amy writes, how old are you? Well, what was the day? Was last week. Yep, turned 69 on last Wednesday. Yeah, October 2nd. So they said I'm in my 70th year. And I got to tell you guys, somebody asked me, well, how do you feel being 69? I said, I feel great. I said, bring it on. It's just a number. At this point, Cellercises have been called the closest thing to the fountain of youth yet devised by man. And I'm a believer. All right. Hello, Dave. For the question and answer, I was curious how many sets of kick fronts, kickbacks, and sidekicks you do in your daily session. Is it just one set, or how many sets you recommend of each daily? Depends on how fast you want to grow. I basically just do my one set, and then I get to work. So if you do more than one set, when I was doing trade shows, yeah, I was doing it all day long at a trade show, and I definitely noticed the difference. I burned too many calories, but yeah, you can do it more than once a day if you want. Cellercise is not tearing down to build up. It's totally different dynamic. So you're just taking the weakest of cells and making them stronger. Okay. Mad Haggis writes, I love my Cellerciser and I'm feeling great using it. I follow the I Jump Instead girls at Sally and Stephanie, and theirs and your machines look round. However, mine does not unfold round. I've tried the legs in different positions, but it's still a bit misshapen. Can I call you? I'm from Australia. And hopefully you did, and hopefully we have talked. She talked about a Cellerciser that is a trifold. And the trifold Cellercisers, I've got the balance bar on it right now, they have movement in the whole frame. You can push down on them and they'll get more of oblong and lift up again. So that movement actually is a benefit with respect that it helps keep you a little more centered. It doesn't throw you quite the same as the bifold. Both of them work. Both of them are going to give you the same results. Roberta writes, which of the two shoes you offer are more secure for those needing a little extra support? And should we size down? Depends on what shoe you're getting. Most people I've found have sized up. So the Cellerciser here, this one's got the rubber sole. This one does not. And this is just open in between. It's more of a slipper, and it doesn't come up the ankle like this one does. So I prefer the dark ones, but I've never tried those because those are just for women. So, but we have people that do love them. Polly writes, I've been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in my back and neck. The acupuncture Chinese medicine doctor said rebounding was not good for this, but I do believe it helped your back, and I love it. Believe it helped your back, and I love it so much, but would appreciate your feedback. Thank you, Polly. A lot of doctors don't know the benefits of Cellercise or how to approach it. And there's not necessarily, I mean, a lot of units are not very good out there. If they're too soft, they can actually create more compaction on the body. And you've heard me talk about it. We have to have resistance to strengthen, but then we also have to have release. It's the resistance and release that gives us the benefit. If we're not getting enough resistance to move fluid, you have to have the resistance to move the fluid. The resistance, and then as we come up, we suck. The lymphatic system holds a negative pressure, so we get this suction that pulls that circulation back in between the bones and joints and tissue spaces. So within a couple minutes of the baby bounce, we literally help prime the body for this suction and movement of fluid in between those bones and joints, and we do different movements. So, and then the approach is very different depending on the needs. So we've got many different approaches on the Mr. Rebounder app. You can always call for additional support as well. Okay, Michelle says, my springs are noisy. I gotta tell you, our competition has had a bungee cords. First of all, bungee cord units are rubber bands. They stretch out. Every time they warm up, they break down. That's by definition. Rubber breaks down. So they get softer and softer and softer. Our steel springs don't stretch out. And they don't have to be noisy at all if you take a little bit of time to care for them. Now, I haven't taken care of this unit for months. But when I do, I take it outside and I'll put 2 drops of oil at both ends of each spring. So a couple drops here, couple drops here, here, here. I'll go all the way around the unit. Then I get on the unit and I bounce around a little bit just to move the oil around. And as I move the springs and the oil around, it starts to polish the steel. And so now when this is not that old of a, well, probably a couple years old now, but as I'm bouncing up and down, I want you to listen. It's quiet. They don't have to, they're all built exactly the same way. And if you need a little extra support, feel free to give me a call. But if you could let people know, now I've had other people say they like the squeak. They don't want oil. They say it's okay. It's soothing. It's meditative. Okay. That's great. For those who don't like that, I just shared with you how we can take care of it. So let people know, because our competition is constantly trying to disparage us with that. And these are great units, and they can last for decades. The mat material doesn't stretch out. The springs don't stretch out. The rubber feet have a lifetime warranty. The frame's got a lifetime warranty. If you use it correctly, it should last for decades. And I have my trifolds that I use in the office and travel around the country and still demonstrate with. It's over 22 years old now. Works fine. Okay, let's start. If you got your units out, we're going to do the...
I have some questions.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Lisa says, what kind of oil?
Oh, good question.
WD-40?
No, I don't, well, no. I will tell you something, that if you get oil on the actual coils of the spring, it'll be squeaky. Those coils don't squeak unless you get oil on them. Don't ask me why. I found that out the hard way too. So we've had people that have put a couple drops of oil on both ends of each spring, and then they wipe the oil, but they get the oil on the coils. Yeah, You have to wait for that to burn itself out, which it generally does, or you have to clean it off with some liquid Dawn detergent or dishwashing soap, a hose and a little scrub brush, and then start again. So I don't like the sprays because it's too hard to control. So I use, and we've had people use, we've had people use the essential oils. We've had people use olive oil. I use 3-in-1. Now it's owned by WD-40, but it's got a little drip spout. You can pick them up at most grocery stores, and I'll just put a couple drops on both ends of each spring, bounce around a little bit. You're on your way to polishing that steel and making it quiet. Yes? Go ahead, Jesse.
And Carol says, what type of oil can I use a silicone lubricant?
Silicone lubricant, again, you could, let us know if it works. I've found that, and I've used the 3-in-oil for decades, and it's been the best that I've used. I'm sure other oils will work. We've had people that have taken Vaseline and a Q-tip, and they've taken Vaseline and they put it in these, and they say it works. I don't have any experience with that. I've got my routine, it feels good for me, but if you have other routines that work, by all means, please let us know. Please share it with people, because the 3-in-1, frankly, can be a little bit messy, but because it drips. All right, so is this up all the way? Yeah. Okay, so we are ready. Let's do this. This is, it is actually in the Mr. Rebounder program as well. This is called the shoulder routine. And let's make sure we have sounds, because sometimes it disappears. Okay, health bounce, baby bounce. 1 minute. This is a great movement to do at nighttime to get rid of stress and tension, just to feel better. I mean, we're talking about the entire endocrine system. The thyroid, the adrenals, the movement up and down to increase oxygen blood flow to the brain, to break up stress and tension, to activate, really pump that lymphatic system, and to get rid of stress and tension, definitely. Oh, darn. I wanted to put, oh well, we won't do that. We have a little counter that attaches to the Cellerciser hip rock that would count the number of bounces, the number of calories burned. It's got an intensity meter, and it interfaces with the Mr. Rebounder app, which I really like using, but I forgot to turn it on. So. Kind of push down with your heel a little bit as you rock left to right. We want to get some stretch in the lower lumbar. And if you pump your shoulders up and down a little bit, really activate that lymphatic system and start to work the shoulders, which we're going to be working on. The shoulders and the vertebral joints in the back. Okay, so some things that I wanted to share with regards to the shoulders. Wait for the next movement here. Okay, so this one, we're going to stretch the shoulder here. When I messed my shoulders up right out of high school, showing off, doing something stupid, I couldn't throw a baseball for years. I just couldn't. I messed up the cartilage in my shoulders. Probably still a mess, but it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm able to throw things. I've got the flexibility. I remember seeing somebody who's my age now, or he was my age when I was younger, and I saw him and his shoulders were, he was having such a hard time. He would go stand up against a wall and he would put his hands on the wall and just try to crawl his fingers up the wall to get that flexibility in his shoulders. And I thought to myself, because I had shoulder problems at the time, I don't want that to be me. And it wasn't until I started Cellercising that my shoulders, whoop, I lost the mic. Keep going. There we go. When I started Cellercising, I started noticing a huge difference, and within a very short period of time, I was able to throw a ball. And my shoulders just kept getting better and better. If you want to see just how powerful this is, take your hands, take a moment and just put them on the shoulder muscles as you're bouncing up and down. That's a huge dynamic. And now we're going to increase the flexibility of the shoulders. If you have a hard time with any of these movements and you're having shoulder issues, you can start off very gently just to support your shoulder. Just lift your elbow up a little bit. If you've had shoulder surgery and you need to do some of those movements, just go ahead and lift it up to where you feel comfortable and then bounce. Allow the movement to improve the flexibility, circulation, strength, because that's what it's doing. That's what Cellercise is doing. It's increasing that strength, flexibility, and circulation all at the same time. And like I said, often we take the shoulders for granted until it's a problem. And you can reach for the sky if you want, which is good. And you don't have to go this speed if you don't want to, it's fine. This is working the shoulders as well as the scapula. You might feel that in your shoulder blades too. All right. And if you only do this once every couple of weeks, at least you're getting to an area that you don't want there to be a problem. And if you're dealing with shoulder issues, then do it more often. But and if you've been around long enough, you know what I'm talking about when we think of people that have had shoulder problems. So this is increasing shoulder flexibility, but also strength. 10 seconds. All right, a little cool down here. Still want to move those shoulders up and down. We're really increasing circulation and flexibility. This is also helping to flesh out. If you have issues, inflammation in the shoulders, this movement right here can help reduce that. Okay, this is one where you grab your elbows from behind and just bounce like this initially. And as you're moving up and down, as the shoulders get a little more flexible, okay, if you can't do that, just do this. Just grab right here. As you get more flexible, you grab a little further. Okay, and then we switch arms. We do it the other way. And you'll probably have one shoulder tighter than the other, which is very common. But you can imagine what this is doing at the cellular level. So you have some stress, you have some tension there. And as you move up and down, you massage that tension. Okay, go back the other way again. Should be easier. You're still with us, well done. If you know people that have shoulder problems, this is, go back the other way again. This one may be a little hard initially for people to do, but this is a good one for me today. Have you tried this one, Justice? No, you have to try it, see what you think. Okay, forgot the strap. Try to touch your, your fingers together doing this one. Normally you would have a strap, and I meant to get it, but I forgot it. So just kind of reach down there, and if you have a strap or a belt or something you use, that's even better. Jess, is it easy to find something? A belt or strap or something. Thanks. And then do it the other side too. Can you find something? Thank you. Have to hurry though. I don't know. I don't think so, but. A shirt? Anything you can grab hold. Oh, that's pretty big. Okay, go back the other way.
I have to go upstairs.
No, that's all right. Give me your shirt. Give me your shirt. There. Sure. So something like this, and the objective here is just to pull up. It's much better to have something to hold on to. All right, so these are basic movements that help open up the shoulder. If you're just getting started, you're having shoulder issues, sticking your elbows out in front of you, we're going to work on the rotator cuff and help to increase flexibility in those ligaments and tendons. And again, you can feel how much those muscles are working to resist the weight, but also to increase in its flexibility. You won't have that same feeling on a soft unit. Thank you, Justice. Okay, so crunch. We're going to move the shoulders in. And now we're going to move the shoulders back. Try to touch those elbows together. Forward again. And back. Shoulder swirls. Now this is a little harder than doing it this way because you're leveraging more weight on the shoulder. Overhead. Huh. We missed the side one. Interesting one. That's what I thought. Oh, okay. And again, go the speed that you're comfortable going. You'll have to let me know when we're done how you did. And we've got 65 different movements on the Mr. Rebounder app. This app has over 45 follow-along routines for beginning, intermediate, advanced, and seniors. And we have some new graphics that are coming out later this month. So there'll be new avatars. We'll do one that'll be first, and then we'll follow that with some others. Okay, I think this is the last set, so you're doing great. And one more. Try to stretch while you're doing it, kind of stretch out. All right. When actually using the wireless module and connecting it to the app, it actually shows you what the next move is going to be as well. Okay, for the shoulders and the back, just reach down, grab this, tilt backwards a little bit. You may even feel some popping going on there. That felt good. Help bounce. I think this might be the last one. Not sure. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, it is. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you for being a part. And we live in the best of times. We also live in the worst of times. We are dealing with a lot in our country, in the world, spiritually, economically, physically. I'm glad you have a Cellerciser. I encourage you to use it. If you know people that need one, encourage them to get one. I feel that this thing has been one of the greatest assets in my family's life, and I'm grateful for it. I want everybody to have a chance to experience it. Like I said, we don't know what's right around the corner. We are living in uncertain times. So if you know anybody, again, if you could share this video with those who have a need, we will have this posted on our YouTube channel tomorrow. So thank you to Dalium, who's doing all the work to help make that happen. Thank you, Justice. I want to thank all of you for being a part of the Cellercise family, for all of your support, for all of your help, and I pray that you will be blessed in your personal health as well as your temporal, according to your temporal needs during the course of this next year. Thank you again. Thank you very much. Be well. Remember, you don't have to work out when you can play in. Just play in. Thank you. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.